Hey there, it's been a while, like 3 days since my last post, but I'm back. I took a break because of health reasons, and during that break, I also got the opportunity to truly reflect and just analyze how I was doing in the first days. And I realized that I was overzealous. I think that's what you called it. In this goal of trying to hold myself accountable for 30 days. I mean, it's definitely possible. I'm not trying to say that no, it's not possible, but I guess taking that break really made me realize that it's not as easy as it is for me. Well, it's not as easy for me compared to other people, or as it is for other people. But I think it's good that I realize this, and it's not that like I'm new to this, because I know that we need breaks. Some pauses to recharge, and even just give ourselves some quiet instead of striving for improvement and yeah, like just trying to chase things all the time. We need to have moments of stillness. But aside from that, this break has helped me actually to look inward and reflect on what I can do to actually get to where I want to be. And I think I will take more breaks in the future. I actually wanted to talk about. I had to pause for a moment to think about what I wanted to say, but I have different ideas floating around in my head right now, so apologies if they just get all tangled up in each other. But one thing I've noticed about myself, well, basically when I was metacognicizing, I don't think that's a word yet, but when I was doing metacognition, I realized that for most of my, well, what does that mean? I mean, like for my entire life, you know what? The way I've learned concepts for pretty much throughout all my life is very passively, I guess. And let me think of an example. So, well, it's maybe not the best example, but you see, okay, languages. I'm good with languages. They've always come naturally to me, and I've never really struggled with languages. And okay, maybe that's not the best example. My apologies. I'm still learning how to speak, like to actually articulate my ideas. I have so many ideas, like complex ideas, but I lack the vocabulary. Disclaimer. Now, back to the topic. I guess it was just natural to me to receive information or learn something, discover something. And let me say, I questioned a lot of things. I always question things. I'm not someone who just goes along with what others say. Well, usually I'm not that kind of person. But yeah, I'm something that even I question even the things that I'm sure and certain of. And this kind of approach to problem solving has actually done a lot for me. Then I guess, I mean, it definitely has its pros and advantages, but being in high school, I realized that that's not going to be enough to pass. Though, like, I'm still doing good, but you actually have to, sit down and actually, like, consciously process a very specific kind of information. And that's something I've never really been good with or good at. And I'm still learning how I learn best. Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to say. And I see it as weakness that not like a total weakness, but I think like me learning quite passively, either by questioning things, observing things, whether it's just noticing the patterns. Like I've been very good at pattern recognition, and just oh gosh, I forgot the word, but just being able to have multiple ideas and then find connections between them, and then like seeing them in ways that basically correlates them to another. Yeah, I think that's one skill I'm really proud of. Like, not necessarily proud of. Yeah, something I'm proud of, but at the same time, it's also kind of a weakness because I'm not. I just most things I learned are because they were relevant for me, and I think it's easier that way. Like you only really learn things you are genuinely curious about and care for that are relevant to you and who you are as a person perhaps as well. So being forced to learn things that absolutely do not interest me at all and don't really um, add or contribute to my life, I'm not quite the person for that, but we gotta work on that. Because for a time I also learned that, well, realized or discovered more that you don't have to find everything you learn like the most interesting thing in the world, or it doesn't always have to be like super closely connected to who you are or what you want, but it's still good and nice knowing about things that exist, and it can also generally just broaden your horizon. I like saying that. It can just generally broaden your view and perspective on things as well, which I don't think is a lack or loss in that sense. That's all for now, but I'll be back with some more content, and I'll be back tomorrow as well.